Hey guys, it's me, the Game McFly, and welcome back to another video. Now, since I'm done with my LEGO Dimension stuff, time to take a bit of a break and talk about one of the many shows I like. um, I do watch a lot of documentaries, but for the most part, when it comes to like fantasy stuff, this is the one show I watch the most, and I really recommend it. It's on Netflix. It's in season 6. Once Upon a Time. Now, you may recall I want this franchise to be in LEGO Dimensions, but let me clarify what this basically is. This is basically the plot of fairy tale characters, a twist on the fairy tale characters we love and dear, and putting them in the real world. And of course, a lot of people in the Oncer community are worried that since the final 2 episodes of season 6 are going to be called The Final Battle Part 1 and 2, people are worried that this is going to be the end of Once Upon a Time. I don't like to think like that. So, if Once Upon a Time does end up going into its 7th season, if Disney can land at least a few of these deals, I would like to think these are my top 5 stories I would like to see told in Once Upon a Time fashion. Number 5. Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu. Yes, I know, a Lego franchise in a live-action interpretation. But when you really think about it, Ninjago is basically a Lego version of your stereotypical anime, like, say, Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon. But with Ninjago, I would like to think that, like, say the and of course, for anyone who knows about Ninjago, like, the Overlord, or, the Serpentine, or someone, one of the ninja's many villains, come to Storybook, and along with them come the ninja. Of course, Kai, Cole, all of them. So Emma and all the main characters have to team up with the ninjas in order to take down whoever the writers decide to use. I would like to think it'd be the Overlord, so that way Emma can actually prove to the ninjas how powerful she is as the savior. But I just think the Overlord might be a bit too powerful, and she actually might need the help of one of the ninjas, more likely Lloyd. Number 4. Moana. The simple reason why I say Moana is because they already did Frozen. They had Anna and Elsa on the show, so why not have Moana? They had Arendelle, basically in the northern mountains, on the outskirts of the Enchanted Forest. So why not have Moana just live on some islands in the middle of an ocean that happens to be in the same realm as the Enchanted Forest. Plus, one of my favorite characters from the show is actually Merida. Yeah, it's Merida from Brave. Moana will be just kind of like Merida. The fact that it doesn't use magic, but just keeps trying to use it over and over again just to one-up the enemy. Now, of course, my 2 honorable mentions. Number 1, Jumanji. And by Jumanji, I do not mean the new film coming out this year. I mean like the old film with Robin Williams back in 1995. They can kind of work this out with like the board game being the kind of the Matt Harris hat, where when you spin it, it'll actually take you more likely directly to the Enchanted Forest. Same with Jumanji, where the minute you have to roll the dice, and that's when it makes up the portal and takes you to its realm, which is just an endless jungle. Speaking of jungles, my second honorable mention is Tarzan. And again, my honorable mentions, I would love to see these franchises be worked out. I just don't really see it happening a whole lot more than just my actual 5. Tarzan, I would like to think they'll be good. But I mean, Clayton, seriously, he's just some crazed British hunter with a shotgun. One fireball and he's out. So, yeah, Tarzan. I mean, it'd be cool to see, but meh. Number 3. This one is actually going to be a bit of a shocker. Because, I mean, the show's recently got canceled. Or, I think it's still canceled. I don't know. Adventure Time. Yes, Finn and Jake and the Land of Ooo. Now, of course, the Land of Ooo will have to be his own realm. I mean, come on. Seriously. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what exactly that would be for like an actual like story arc for Adventure Time. You know, maybe Emma gets, you know, maybe like Emma and Hook go out for like a date or something, you know, go on a date out in the woods, and then they get, and then a portal opens up, sucks them in, and then they take them to Ooo, the Land of Ooo, and that's when they meet Finn and Jake, and then they have to go on this adventure, aka Adventure Time, to find Emma and Hook's way back to Storybook. Yeah, sorry for staring up there. Number 2. Marvel Comics. Because, hey, it's Disney. They did Frozen, so why not do Marvel? Why not have one of the realms that is out there is the Marvel Universe? Or it's just like our world. It's just like the Land Without Magic, aka our world, but different. Because magic does exist, you know, and of course you have stuff like the Avengers. Of course, it's Disney, so they're probably going to have it be based off of course, the Avengers, and more likely, and they probably will have Spider-Man because of the deal they made with Sony. But yeah, Marvel. Please make it happen, because I want to see Captain America and on the small screen. And number 1, I made a previous video about this, although I gotta admit that's a pretty crappy video. It's number 1 is the Lord of the Rings. Yes, Middle-earth. I cannot stress this enough. Please, ABC, if you do Once Upon a Time Season 7, make at least the first season arc, I mean, like the first arc in the mid-season finale, make it be about the Lord of the Rings. Please. Because Lord of the Rings hasn't had like a live-action interpretation. I'm not talking The Hobbit. I mean, we're talking the Lord of the Rings. That hasn't had like a live-action interpretation since like, what, the early 2000s? Late 90s? Please, let us have Lord of the Rings. Plus, that'll bring a bunch, you know, and maybe that might explain, I mean, have an episode where it's just Grumpy and the rest of the 7 dwarves and Gimli, and then in like the flashback we find out that, of course, it could be kind of like after the events of the Lord of the Rings, or somewhere in between. Or like an idea I came up with, which is like, what if the 7 dwarves, Grumpy and all of them, well, actually, like, Gimli's 7 sons. Like, they're all related to Gimli, so therefore they're all from Middle-earth. Not only that, but we'll get elves, we'll get, of course, hobbits, orcs, a new villain, Sauron, which would be really cool to see Emma go up against. Because, of course, there's no way how to stop him. He's a Frank train with a mace. So maybe like someone summons Barandor, and it somehow shows up on the outskirts of Storybook, and then of course Sauron's eye's there, and he's keeping his eye on Storybook. So the only way how they can do it is by going to Middle-earth and trying to convince Frodo to complete his quest and destroy the One Ring. You know, destroy the One Ring. But yes, that is my top 5. I thought you were gonna, yeah, I thought I was gonna do 10. 5 stories I would like to see be told if Once Upon a Time went on to a season 7, which I hope and pray they do. But hey, ABC, here's some suggestions. So, like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.